You wake up, you stretch, you head to the kitchen, you grab your morning coffee, maybe even take your usual painkiller. And just like that, you might be damaging your kidneys before the day even begins. Most seniors think they're starting the day right, but a few small habits, repeated daily, can silently wear down kidney function over time. In this video, I'll show you 5 common morning habits that may secretly harm your kidneys, especially after age 60. These aren't scary or extreme warnings. These are real stories, real science, and simple choices you can make today. Whether you're caring for your own health or for a loved one, these 5 habits are worth a second look. Habit 1. Taking NSAIDs, painkillers, before eating. For many older adults, reaching for a painkiller like ibuprofen, naproxen, or aspirin first thing in the morning is a routine they barely think about. Whether it's for stiff joints, arthritis, or general aches and pains, these over-the-counter medications become a daily crutch. But there's a hidden danger, especially when these drugs are taken on an empty stomach. They can silently harm your kidneys. NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, work by reducing inflammation. But one of the ways they do this is by blocking prostaglandins, the chemicals that help maintain blood flow to your kidneys. Without those protective prostaglandins, the tiny filters in your kidneys don't get enough blood supply. Over time, this leads to reduced kidney function, especially in people already at risk due to age, high blood pressure, or diabetes. What makes this worse is that many seniors take these medications before breakfast, before hydration, when the kidneys are already in a mildly dehydrated state after a long night's sleep. The combination of low fluid and low blood flow is a dangerous pairing for aging kidneys. One real-life example comes from Mr. Harold, 69, who took 2 ibuprofen tablets every morning for 3 years to manage back stiffness. He felt fine, until routine blood work showed elevated creatinine levels. His kidney filtration rate had quietly dropped by nearly 30%. No pain, no warning, just a habit he never questioned. The takeaway: pain relief is important, but so is timing and awareness. Never take NSAIDs on an empty stomach. Always drink water first, and discuss with your doctor whether you really need daily medication, or if safer alternatives like stretching, heat therapy, or occasional use might be better. Protecting your kidneys starts with small decisions, like what you do within the first 10 minutes of your day. Habit 2. Skipping hydration for hours after waking. Most people don't think of water as medicine, but for your kidneys, especially after the age of 60, that first glass of water in the morning is one of the most important health decisions of the day. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, the body wakes up mildly dehydrated. During the night, we lose water through breathing, sweat, and urine production. The kidneys, responsible for filtering blood and eliminating toxins, are left working with reduced fluid volume. Now imagine waking up and drinking only coffee, skipping water altogether for hours. This creates a state of concentrated blood and urine, making the kidney's job even harder. Over time, this chronic dehydration reduces filtration efficiency, increases the risk of urinary tract infections, and in extreme cases, contributes to the formation of kidney stones. Mrs. Linda, 72, thought she was hydrated enough because she had soup with lunch, but her mornings always started with black coffee, strong, hot, and without water. She often felt lightheaded and sluggish. It wasn't until she experienced flank discomfort and unusual fatigue that tests revealed elevated BUN and reduced eGFR levels, both indicators of declining kidney function. Doctors told her something simple: start your day with 1 to 2 glasses of room temperature water before anything else. No need for lemon water, detox drinks, or fancy infusions, just pure, clean water. The kidneys are incredibly resilient, but rely heavily on hydration to do their job. Without enough water, even healthy kidneys begin to falter. So tomorrow morning, before the coffee, before the pills, even before breakfast, reach for water first. It might be the easiest, most overlooked kidney support you've never tried. Habit 3. Habit 3. Eating a high-sodium breakfast. Breakfast is often called the most important meal of the day, but what's often forgotten is that it's also the most sodium-loaded meal for many seniors. Toast with margarine, processed cheese, instant soup, cold cuts, even that innocent bowl of instant oatmeal. All of them can hide surprisingly high amounts of sodium. And while salt may seem harmless, chronic high sodium intake is a direct contributor to kidney damage, especially in older adults. Here's why. High sodium levels raise blood pressure, which in turn increases the pressure inside the delicate vessels in your kidneys. Over time, this pressure scars the filters, nephrons, that remove waste from your body. Once damaged, these filters don't regenerate. It's a slow and silent form of internal wear and tear. Mr. Allen, 68, always had toast with ham and egg every morning, thinking it was a balanced breakfast. But his blood pressure kept rising despite medication. Doctors later reviewed his sodium intake and found that breakfast alone accounted for over 1,000 milligrams of sodium, nearly half the recommended daily limit. Once he swapped in low-sodium oatmeal, banana, and boiled egg, not only did his blood pressure drop, his kidney markers improved too. If you're over 60 and eat the same thing every morning, check the label. Or better, prepare whole foods at home with minimal seasoning. Try fruits, whole grains, eggs without salt, or even plant-based options. The message is clear. A salty start is a risky start. Your kidneys will thank you for choosing simpler, cleaner fuel to begin your day. Habit 4. Holding in urine too long after waking. It sounds harmless. You wake up, check your phone, scroll through messages, maybe read the news, and put off going to the bathroom for 30 minutes, sometimes even longer. But for older adults, holding in urine too long after waking is a surprisingly common, yet harmful habit, especially for the kidneys. Overnight, your bladder fills. That's natural, but when you delay urination, you're not just stressing your bladder, you're also increasing backward pressure on your kidneys. This can lead to hydronephrosis, a condition where urine backs up into the kidneys, potentially damaging their internal structure. Worse, older adults are already more prone to urinary tract infections, especially if they have an enlarged prostate, men, or postmenopausal bladder changes, women. Bacteria thrive in retained urine, and recurring infections can slowly harm kidney tissue. Mrs. June, 74, had a habit of sitting in bed for an hour every morning with her tablet. She ignored the urge to pee, thinking it wasn't urgent. A year later, she experienced a series of mild UTIs. When doctors performed an ultrasound, they found mild dilation in her renal pelvis, a warning sign her kidneys were under pressure. It's a simple fix, but an important one. Empty your bladder within 10 to 15 minutes of waking. Don't let comfort or distraction push this essential act to the side. Your kidneys work all night while you sleep. Don't make them wait in the morning. This is a case where listening to your body, literally answering nature's call, is one of the most powerful forms of kidney protection you have. Habit 5. Starting the day with sugary drinks. What's the first thing you drink in the morning? For many people, especially older adults, it's a glass of orange juice, sweetened coffee, or even bottled iced coffee or energy drinks. It feels comforting, familiar, but it could also be quietly damaging your kidneys. Sugary drinks cause a spike in blood sugar, which triggers an insulin response. Over time, repeated daily spikes, especially in the morning when your body is most insulin resistant, lead to insulin resistance and potentially type 2 diabetes. Diabetes is now the leading cause of chronic kidney disease, CKD, worldwide, and most people with early-stage diabetes don't feel any different. They continue their routines, unaware that their kidneys are working overtime to handle the sugar load. Mr. Ray, 70, loved canned iced coffee. Every morning for years, he'd crack one open before breakfast. When routine blood tests showed protein in his urine, his doctor immediately suspected elevated blood sugar. Ray's fasting glucose was borderline diabetic, and his kidneys were showing early signs of stress. The doctor's advice? You don't need to give up coffee, but make it unsweetened, and drink it after water, after food. Ray made the switch, and within 6 months, his kidney markers and energy levels improved. Starting the day with sugar is like revving your engine with no oil. It causes metabolic stress that builds up over years. So tomorrow morning, pause before you reach for juice or sweet drinks. Choose water. Eat first. If you need caffeine, make it clean. It's not about depriving yourself. It's about protecting your energy, your blood sugar, and your kidneys, one morning at a time. None of these habits sound extreme, but they're common. And for people over 60, the kidneys need more care, not more strain. The good news? You don't need medicine. You don't need to change everything. You just need awareness. If you learned something new today, comment below with kidney check so I know you're here. Like, share, and subscribe, because even small changes can protect your kidneys for years to come.